सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। पठामि संस्कृतं नित्यं वदामि संस्कृतं सदा ध्यायामि संस्कृतं सम्यक् वन्दे संस्कृतमातरम्। Let us start with a Subhashita. I will chant, please repeat after me. Puranamityeva na sadhu sarvam na chapi kavyam navamityavadyam santah parikshanyataradh bhajante मूढ़ः परप्रत्ययनेय बुद्धिः। टुगेदर। पुराणमित्येव न साधु सर्वं न चापि काव्यं नवमित्यवद्यं सन्तः परीक्षान्यतरद् भजन्ते मूढ़ः परप्रत्ययनेय बुद्धिः। This is a very, very beautiful shloka composed by Kalidasa, Kavi Kulaguru Kalidasa. He is considered as Guru of the Kula of Kavis. Kavi Kulaguru. Okay. Kavi Kulaguru Kalidasa. In Malavikagnimitram, he has written this verse. Malavikagnimitram is one of his famous natakas, dramas, along with Abhijnana Shakuntalam. Another one is Malavika Agnimitram, that is Malavika Agnimitram. In that he writes this: Puranam ityeva na sadhu sarvam na cha api kavyam navam iti avadyam santah pariksha anyatarad bhajante mudhaf parapratyayane buddhi. Let us see the meaning. Kavyam. Kavyam means poem. Some formatting issue because of the change of font. You see, in laptop it will be fine, but font changes, then this line comes, then this line comes, like that. Kavyam, poem. Puranam iti eva, just because it is ancient, na sadhu sarvam, everything is not good. Just because something is ancient doesn't mean it is good. Carefully see what he is trying to say. Just because something is an ancient poetry doesn't mean it is good. Nacha api, and also kavyam navam, some poem is new, iti na avadyam. In the same way, something should not be disrespected, disreputed just because it is new. This is a very, very fresh thought, you know. This is a typical youngster's mindset, if you see. Why? Because elders will keep on saying that, you know, our time was better, in our time it was not like this. But if you really see, in our time everything was not better. There are many bad things which we did in our time, which are now better. You look at the condition of the world, present is better than the previous. Yeah, few things might have gone bad, few things might have been good, but just because something is ancient or old doesn't mean it is right. And just because something is new doesn't mean it is bad. What should be done? He says, Santah, noble people, wise people, parikshya, after examining the two, anyatarat bhajante, choose what is good from what is bad. Not on the basis of whether it is old or new. Everything that is old is not good. Everything that is new is not bad. So what do wise people do? Wise people see both and choose after proper examining that which is good. Santah pariksha, after examining, anyatarat bhajante. Okay, moodha, but a fool is opposed to Santa, is parapratyaya neya buddhi, is led by what others say. Para means other, pratyaya means thought. Neya buddhi means his mind also goes according to what others are telling. So ideal thing is what? You yourself analyze and take what is good. Just because something is ancient doesn't mean it is good. Just because something is new doesn't mean it is bad. There will be some good things in the past. There will be good things in the present also. You combine both of them. I'll give you one simple example. One of the fields in the education today in Bharat, today in India, which is booming, is called IKS, Indian Knowledge Systems. You must have heard it. It has become part of new education policy also, and it has gone into all schools, colleges, universities. Everybody is trying to do IKS. And many times people have this misconception that Indian knowledge system means something that existed in the past. See, that is wrong understanding of IKS. IKS, Indian knowledge system, is not just what was there in the past, but even now what is there in the present. In all of our minds, we all are Indians. So all the knowledge system that we are following, that is also Indian. Some of them are Western. Therefore, they are called as contemporary knowledge system. And with this vision only, we have established Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth. We have our university where IKS and CKS integration is there. See, this Chinmaya International Foundation, CIF also, from where the classes are happening. What vision Gurudev gave? Gurudev said CIF should act as a bridge between East and West, past and present, Pandit and public. You think about it, science and spirituality. You see what wide variety we are trying to bridge. We are not saying everything that is Western is wrong. Everything that is Eastern is right. No, there will be certain good things in Eastern philosophy and Eastern concepts. There will be certain good things in the Western also. Combine both of them. There will be some things which are good in past, some things that are good in the present. Combine both of them. That's why that bridge. Something good in science, something good in spirituality. Combine both of them. Many people know who become spiritual, they suddenly start to say science is bad. Science is not bad. What science has done to you? Unnecessarily is doing. There are certain good things. The kind of logical thinking, scientific mind is who? The one who keeps asking questions. And then in spirituality, suddenly they will say, you should not ask questions, just believe. No, you bring that scientific approach to spirituality. There is nothing wrong with it. That's what our masters did. Shankaracharya, if you see, he is vehemently logical, but at the same time, very soft at heart. This combination is what we need. It's not about one thing is right and other thing is wrong. No, there will be some good things in everything. You pick up the good things. Santah pariksha anyatarat bhajanti. They choose good after examining everything. What a beautiful thought. And imagine this thought is 2000 year old. Kalidasa was first century. Look at what he has written. He says, Puranam ityeva na sadhu sarvam. He says everything that is part of Purana, Kavya, etc. Not that everything is right. Not that everything is good. At the same time, whatever now is happening, not everything is bad. Pariksha, do examining. Please examine and then decide which one is good. Choose the good. Right? Very beautiful thought. I love this shloka a lot. Okay? Gives a new perspective. See, Advaita Vedanta philosophy also, no, we tell, do not fight. Just don't pick sides. Both sides can be right. Why you have to always pick a side? Both can be right. So pick what is good in both sides and find out your own method. This shloka encourages us to do that. That's why it is beautiful. Let us see. Let us chant together, then we will go forward. Puranamityeva na sadhu sarvam na chapi kavyam navamityavadyam santah parikshanytarad bhajante moodhav parapratyayaneya buddhi. Okay, see if all words are clear. Puranam iti eva na sadhu sarvam na cha api kavyam navam iti avadyam santah pariksha anyatarad bhajante moodha parapratyayaneya buddhi. Fool only follows other people, but a wise person examines and then decides what is good from what is bad. Many times when we are purchasing something also, now what we will do is we will go by what everybody is purchasing. Isn't it? Don't we do that? In the olden days, we used to ask, what is a good brand? What is a good brand? And then we will purchase what everybody is. Nowadays, online shopping, they will go for reviews. How many people have liked this? If more people have liked, chalo, let us do. But an intelligent person will see if it is really required for me or not. Just because everybody has liked it doesn't mean it is required for me. iPhone. But do I need iPhone? Am I using something for which iPhone is required? For me, simple Nokia phone also might be enough. Santah pariksha. That is important. I am not saying whether you should take iPhone or Nokia phone, okay? I am telling pariksha. You examine and then you decide for yourself which one you need. Okay? Do not follow blindly. All right. Let us do the revision of what we have seen, recap of what we have seen. Samaasa. We started this last important topic of the class, Samaasa. Samaasa is a compound. Samastapada, compound word. Vigraha, explanatory sentence. And vritti, there are different types of vrittis we have seen, Kridanta and Samaasa and Vigraha. You remember all that? Vritti is short. Vigraha is expansion of it. Yeah, so vrittis are of different types. Kridanta is one kind of vritti, Taddita is one kind of vritti, etc. And for all of them, Vigraha is required, expansion is required. And types of vritti also we have seen. Then we saw type of Vigraha Vakyas, Swapada Vigraha and Aswapada Vigraha. Swapada Vigraha means what? While expanding, you use the same words. Now we are coming to Samaasa Vigraha. So two words are combining to form a new word, correct? So two words which are combining, those two words alone are used to explain it. Then it is Swapada Vigraha. But if you have to bring in some other words for explanation, then it becomes Aswapada Vigraha. Remember this? Swapada Vigraha, very good. Then Laukika and Alaukika Vigraha. Laukika Vigraha basically means in our Vibhakti style. Saha, Tasya. Alaukika is you write it as pratyayas. Tatsu, Ramasu. Remember? That is Alaukika Vigraha. We don't use Alaukika Vigraha. We are only using Laukika Vigraha. That is types of Vigraha. Then we also saw purpose of Samaasa. Why Samaasa is important and condition. In purpose of Samaasa, we saw how many things are there. To make concise, to give so many ideas, to allow them to have variety of meanings coming from the same one, depending on how you want to break the Samaasa. Always remember the example of Rameshwaraha. We had seen example of Rameshwaraha. Remember? Ramasya Ishwaraha, Ramaha Ishwara Yasya, Ramaha cha sau Ishwara cha. Different meanings can come out from the same one. So it allows for that variety. Conditions for Samasa also we learnt how two words should be joined, their vibhaktis have to be dropped and they should be both, most of the times they should be Subantas, then their vibhaktis should drop, they should be combined together to form one word, and then new vibhakti vachana should be given, Purusha vibhakti vachana should be given to that Samastapada. Conditions also we saw. Then we saw general rules for Samasa, this dropping of individual vibhaktis, pratyas, nitya sandhi is must, and then some other possible modifications, sometimes some changes might be there. You do this, then you form Samasa. Then we saw basis for classification. Classification of Samasa happens, the next point will be that. Samasa will be divided into 4. But on what basis? The basis is pradhanyatvam, what is more important. And how do you decide what is pradhanya? Kriya anvitatvam pradhanyam. What is directly connected to verb? Kriya means verb. Kriya anvitam, what has direct connection with the verb. So there are two words which are combining together to form a new word. Now, which word is more important? So based on that, we had types of Samasa, Kevala Samasa, Vishesha Samasa. We are only talking about Vishesha Samasa, which has 4 types. Avyayi bhavaha, tat purushaha, dvandvaha, bahuvrihi. If in the 2 words, first word is more important, it becomes prayena purva padartha pradhanaha avyayi bhavaha. If the second word is important, it becomes tatpurusha. If both words are equally important, dvandva. If third word, which is not part of the samastapada but is referred to, that third word is more important, then it is bahuvrihi samasa. Remember all these points? See how the 4 classifications are there, 4 types are there. Purva padartha pradhana, uttara padartha pradhana, ubhaya padartha pradhana, anya padartha pradhana. Okay? Now, let us see one by one. First we saw dvandva samasa. Correct? First we saw dvandva samasa. Dvandva samasa is when prayena ubhaya padartha pradhana. Both or many, sarva padartha pradhana, because in dvandva more than 2 words also can be there. Not in any other samasa, but in dvandva it is possible. So if there are more than 2, all are important. All words are primary, all words are important. Cha arthe dvandvaha. Dvandva samasa is in the meaning of cha, and. So by and, whatever words you can combine together into one word, all of them will become dvandva samasa. Types of dvandva samasa, we saw there are 2 types of dvandva samasa, itaretara dvandva and samahara dvandva. Itaretara dvandva, in this what happens? The words are joining, but they do not form a group. They do not make into one group. They remain as individual entities joined together. Example, Rama Lakshmanau, itaretara dvandva samasa. Now, because they remain as different entities, linga is based on the gender of the last word and vachana is based on the number of words in the samastapada. Itaretara dvandva samasa. So, Rama Lakshmanau. Suppose you want to put all of them together. Rama Lakshmana Bharata Shatrughnaha. Plural. Why? Because now there are 4. Here there were 2. So, Rama Lakshmanau. Dvivachan. There are many, therefore Rama Lakshmana Bharata Shatrughnaha. Okay. Samahara dvandva is when 2 words or 2 or more words combine together to form one group. Samahara. Samuha, it forms a group. And therefore, always in Napumsakalinga Ekvachan, because now that has become one group. Example, Ghatapatam. Group of Ghata and Pata. Ghata means pot, Pata means cloth. Group of objects, Ghatapatam. Clear? Itaretara dvandva, samahara dvandva. Then we saw one important concept which comes only for dvandva samasa and not for other samasas, and that is purva nipata. Because all words are equally important, the order confusion is there. No, what should come as first word, what should come as second word. In the rest of the samasas, 3 types, this problem is not there. Why? Because either first word is important, then it has to remain first. Second word is important, it has to remain second. Third word is important, the order of first and second cannot change. But here, because they all are important, how do you decide what should come first, what should come second? So we saw conditions to place words first. lesser vowels, more short vowels, starting with vowel and ending with a, starting with consonant and ending with e or u. These are the 4 rules, one after another should be applied. Rama Lakshmana, for example, Rama has got 2 vowels, a and a. Lakshmana, 3 vowels, a. So shorter is Rama, which should come first. Not Lakshmana Ramo, Rama Lakshmano. But if there are equal vowels, then what? Then that which has more rasva swaras. That which has more rasva swaras, that should come first. Starting with vowel. If rasva swaras are also the same, then what? If it is starting with vowel, then whatever ends with a will come in the first place. Whatever ends with a will come first. And if it is starting with consonant, then whatever is ending with e or u comes first. Whatever ends with a will go later. So like these rules are there, which we all have seen. If you don't remember, please go back some pages in your books. I hope you will remember this. Alright, this is Dvandva Samasa. Second we saw was Avyayi Bhava Samasa. In Avyayi Bhava Samasa what happens? Anavyayam avyayam karoti iti avyayi bhavaha. Avyayi Bhava Samasa is the one which makes anavyaya into avyaya. That which is not an avyaya is converted into avyaya. That by which declinable is made into indeclinable. How? By adding either upasarga or avyaya as the first word. And that upasarga or avyaya that is added as the first word is more important. Prayena purva padartha pradhanaha. Okay. Prayena purva padartha pradhana. Mostly the first word is primary. Then we saw in Avyayi Bhava Samasa adverbial meaning it gives. It gives adverbial meaning and aswapada vigraha, because upasarga is used, you have to explain it by using the full form of upasarga, or avyaya is used, then you have to explain what that avyaya means. So aswapada vigraha, and will look like a napumsakalinga shabda. Not that it will become napumsakalinga, it will look like a napumsakalinga shabda. Avyayam, in what all meanings avyaya can be formed? Vibhakti, Samipa, Samruddhi, Viruddhi, Artha, Bhava, Atya, Asamprati, Shabda, Pradurbhava, Paschad, Yatha. Yatha has 4 meanings. Anupurve, Yogapadya, Sadrushya, Sampatti, Sakalya, Antavachaneshu. 19. 15 with this having 3 more meanings. Right? 15 plus 4, 19, 16 total are there. So Avyayi Bhava Samasa is made by adding avyayas in all these meanings. And we have seen individually everything, all 19 meanings and how avyayas are formed. How Avyayi Bhava Samasa happens in each one of them. Right? This is second Avyayi Bhava Samasa. Then the next one, Tat Purusha Samasa. We said Dvandva Samasa is used. Avyayi Bhava Samasa rarely we will see, but Tat Purusha will be used widely. Prayena Uttara Padartha Pradhanaha. Mostly the second word has more importance, right? Uttara Pada determines the number and gender of the Samasta Pada, because that is more important, so that will decide. Example, Radnyaha Purushaha, Raja Purushaha, Devanam Sena, Deva Sena. Now here Devanam is plural, but Deva Sena is not becoming plural. Why? Because the gender of the Vachana number of the first word does not matter. The gender of the word Samasta Pada will be determined on the gender and Vachana number of the second word. 2 main types of Tatpurusha Samasa with various sub categories. First is called as Vibhakti Tatpurusha Samasa or Samanya Tatpurusha Samasa. This is nothing but how the first word is connected to the second word. How the first word is connected to the second word, which we have seen. Prathama Tatpurush, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, Shashti, Saptami. So there is Purva Pada. There is Purva Pada plus Uttara Pada. How is Purva Pada connecting to Uttara Pada? With which Vibhakti? That will determine Vibhakti of, that will determine the type of Samasa, Samanya Tatpurush Samasa. Right? So if both are in Prathama Vibhakti, or first one is in Prathama Vibhakti, second one is in Shashti Vibhakti, then also it is called as Prathama Tatpurush. If both are in Prathama, it is called as Karma Dharaya. which is a subcategory of Pratama Tatpurush. And if number is involved, then it is called as Dvigu Samasa. Number, numeral is involved. Right? Numbers are involved. Dvi, Tri, Shat, then Pancha, Sahasra, etc. If the connection is through Dvitiya Vibhakti, means Purva Pada is in Dvitiya Vibhakti, then it is Dvitiya Tatpurush Samasa. Tritiya Vibhakti, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, Shashti, Saptami. In that all also, Shashti Tatpurush Samasa is widely used. Why? Because I told you, Shashti Vibhakti itself is Upapada Vibhakti, is connecting with another word. So when some word is in Shashti, it has natural connection with another word which is in Pratama, or generally with Pratama. This is a natural connection. So when there is a natural connection, there is a chance of this becoming Samasa. Dasharatha Putraha, Kausalyānandanaha, everything is Shashti Tatpurush Samasa. Mithila Nareshaha, Ayodhya Naresha, whatever you want to say, all are Shashti Tatpurush Samasa. So this is Samanya Tatpurusha or Vibhakti Tatpurusha. Then there is some special categories of Tatpurush Samasa which come under Nai Prabhritaya. Five starting with Nai. Nai Tatpurush Samasa, where Na, meaning of Na is there. So A will be there. A will be there. Ku Samasa, Kutsita, in the meaning of Kutsita, that Ku will be added. Kupurusha, etc. Gati Samasa, where two, what do you call as sounds, all those things which form a group. Gati is, that group is formed. Shukli Kritya, etc., etc. Ashuklam Shukli Kritva, etc. Gati Samasa. Pradi Samasa, when Pra-Adi, these upasargas are used. Pradi Samasa is when the upasargas are used. And Upapada Samasa, when the second word is a verb. Generally, Samasa happens between two nouns, but in Upapada Samasa, verbs are also used. Meaning is used. Kumbhakaraha, kumbham karoti iti, shilpakaraha, shilpam karoti iti, chitrakaraha, chitram karoti iti, etc. These are all Upapada Samasa. Clear? So these are the types of Tatpurusha Samasa. And then the last Samasa that we saw, that we concluded in the last session, is called as Bahuvrihi Samasa. In Bahuvrihi Samasa, Anya Padartha Pradhanaha Bahuvrihi. Bahuvrihi Samasa is Anya Padartha Pradhana. The third word that is indicated by these two words, that is more important. Therefore, see, Pitambaraha, Pitam Ambaram Yasya Saha Pitambaraha. So most of the times in Bahuvrihi Samasa, you will have to write something in bracket. To whom are you referring to? One who is wearing a yellow cloth. Who is that? Vishnu, Krishna, Ramaha, Brahmachari, whatever you want to refer to. So what happens is in the Samasta Pada, Pitam and Ambaram are not more important. That person who is wearing yellow cloth is more important. So almost all Bahuvrihi Samasas are adjectives for that noun, which is the third Pada. That Anya Pada determines the number and gender of the Samasta Pada. Right? Pitambara Devi, Pitambaraha Vishnu, Pitambara Devi, Pitambaraha Brahmacharina. Why? You are referring to somebody. If that is in Pullinga, your word also will be in Pullinga. If that is in Strilinga, your word also will be in Strilinga. If that is in Bahuvachana, Brahmacharinaha, Bahuvachana, then your Samastapada also will go in Bahuvachana, Pitambaraha Brahmacharinaha. So, gender and number is determined by the Anyapada. See how beautiful this Shastra is. It's all logical. In Tatpurush Samasa, we said number and gender is determined by the second. Why? Because second word is more important. In Avyabhava Samasa, no question, because everything will look like Napumsakalinga, because it has become Avyaya now. So Napumsakalinga Ekvachan it will look like. In Dvandva Samasa, because both are important, then we say if it is Itara Dvandva Samasa, then number based on how many entities are coming together and gender based on last one, because that is what is getting the pratyaya. And in Samahara Dvandva, everything becomes Napumsakalinga Ekvachan. In Bahuvrihi Samasa, number and gender, Linga and Vachana is determined by Anyapada. Why? That is more important. Then we saw two main types of Bahuvrihi Samasa, Samanadikarana Bahuvrihi and Vyadhikarana Bahuvrihi. Samanadikarana Bahuvrihi, two padas are there which are connecting, which are joining together, which are connected to the third word. So there is Purva Pada plus Uttara Pada, but they are referring to Anya Pada. Okay. Now, how are they connecting to Anya Pada? That Vibhakti will determine what type of Samasa it is. Not Vibhakti between these two. Why? Because these two will be in the same Vibhakti. That's why they are Samanadikarana Bahuvrihi. They both will be in same Vibhakti, Prathama Vibhakti, but both of them will be connecting to Anya Pada through some Vibhakti. Not Prathama, any other Vibhakti. If it is Prathama, then it is there, we don't have to connect outside. They both are in Prathama, they are connecting with Anya Pada with some other Vibhakti. That Vibhakti, Tatpurush, Vibhakti Bahuvrihi Samasa, it will become. So, no Prathama Bahuvrihi, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, Shashti, Saptami. 6 types of Samanadikarana Bahuvrihi Samasas are there. 6 types. And in that also we saw again Shashti Bahuvrihi Samasa is widely used. Why? Because again Shashti Vibhakti, after you form a Samasta Pada, if that Shashti Vibhakti is again connecting with the Anya Pada, easier it will be. In the meaning of Shashti Vibhakti, that is how the connection is happening. This will become Prathama Vibhakti only together, but that is how it will connect. Yasya Saha, Yasya Saha, Yasyaha Sa, Yasya Tat, etc. So, Shashti Bahuvrihi will have more types. This is Samanadikarana Bahuvrihi Samasa. Then second type is Vyadhikarana Bahuvrihi, when the two words are in different Vibhaktis. Again 6 types are there. First, Samanya Bahuvrihi. Samanya Vyadhikarana is generally one of them will be in Prathama, another will be in Shashti or Saptami, different Vibhaktis. Upamana Purvapada Bahuvrihi. One first word will be Purvapada will be Upamana, to whom you are comparing it with. So comparison is happening with what? And second word will be Samanya Dharma. Upamana Purvapada Bahuvrihi. Nay also is there, just as it was there in Tatpurusha, here also is there. But different. We have seen the differences. Then Saha. Saha is Sahita, along with. This is what we were seeing in the last session. Saha Bahuvrihi, along with. Pradi is when all the Upasargas are used for Bahuvrihi Samasa. So that will become the Purvapada. Upasarga will become the Purvapada. And the last one is Sankhya. Either Sankhya Uttarapada or Sankhya Ubhayapada. That Sankhya is used for Bahuvrihi. That Sankhya will become either the Uttarapada or either the second word or both words. With Traha, etc. 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 12. How we say in English also, no? 10, 12. Like that, these Bahuvrihi Samasas are also categorized. So, thus we have these 4 Samasas which form the topic of Samasa. Now, we are going to do Simhavalokanam. Earlier also I had used this word, Simhavalokanam. See, when that when the lion walks, and suppose he is going with the entire family, they say that lion is always the first one who will lead. Okay, and now and then when it is leading, suddenly it will stop and just will have a look whether everybody is following or not, whether everybody is coming or not. That look of the lion is called a Simhavalokanam. So we have studied for such a long time. Now we are into 94th class. We have studied so much. We are just taking a look back and seeing what all things, whether everything is correct, whether everything is with us or not. So Simhavalokanam. We are doing a quick recap of whole topic from the beginning. We started the entire class with introduction, saying that how Sanskrit is important and what is the glory of Sanskrit. What Sanskrit can give, what the other languages cannot give. And it being mother of most of Indian languages and Indo-European languages also having lot of influence of Sanskrita, and it being Samyak Kritam, it being a well-structured language, it has so many things to offer. So we started with that. Then we understood in this introduction itself, we also saw what the amount of literature that is available in Sanskrit. That also we saw in the introduction only in the glory of Sanskrit. Then we went to the next topic of akshara. We understood akshara or varna, letters, alphabets, syllables. We studied that. What are they? Swara, Vyanjana and Ayogavaha. 13 swaras, vowels, 33 Vyanjanas, consonants and 4 symbols, Ayogavaha. Together they form the alphabets in Sanskrit, which are 50 in number. 13 plus 33 plus 4. 50 alphabets are there. We studied that. Then we said when these alphabets come together, they form words. And types of words. There are 2 main types of words, that is Subanta and Tinganta. In Subanta and Tinganta, there is a category called Avyaya, indeclinables. And we saw 10 types of indeclinables, giving different meanings. Cha, eva, na, ma, atra, tatra. All these different kinds of avyayas we saw. We also saw certain avyayas which are, kritva, avalambya, etc. Which are many in numbers, but they do not change. Yad navyeti tadavyayam. According to vibhakti, vachana, linga, it will not change. It will remain same. As the simplest kinds of words. Aksharas are coming together to form words. Simplest kinds of words that we can understand are those which do not change. All other are going to change in Sanskrit. Right? So first we saw avyaya. Then we saw nouns. Subanta and Tinganta. In that Subanta, that which ends with supratyaya. Supratyayas are vibhakti pratyayas. So nouns, pronouns, adjectives, all of them come under Subantas. We saw all the vibhaktis, 7 plus 1, their usages, how each vibhakti is used in which all sense. You remember? Prathama vibhakti has 5 usages. It is kartru visheshana, it is karta, kartari karta, then karmani karma, then kartru visheshana, karma visheshana in karmani prayoga, and then kartru visheshaka, subjective complement. So all these usages. So like that Dvitiya vibhakti also will have usages, Tritiya vibhakti also will have usages. How these vibhaktis are used, why they are used, prepositions are added with the nouns, etc. And then we saw Shabda Rupas, how different nouns actually take these vibhaktis and create and appear in different way. Same word Ramaha becomes Ramaha, same word Rama becomes Ramaha, Ramam, Ramena, Ramaya, Ramat, Ramasya, Rame. In different way that same word becomes. Like that Shabda Rupas we saw of Ajanta and Halanta Shabda. Ajanta means those which end with nouns, those which end with vowels, and Halanta is those which end with consonants. Takaranta, Nakaranta, Dakaranta, all are Halanta. In Ajanta it was Akaranta, Ikaranta, Ukaranta, Rikaranta, etc. So this was a huge topic of Subanta that we also covered. Then we went to Tinganta, verbs. Verbs coming from dhatus. How are dhatus classified in 10 ganas? Which are the most prominent important ganas? 1, 4, 6, 10. Gana number 1, 4, 6, 10. In that first gana itself has more than 50% of the total dhatus. Total dhatus are 2104. Then when these dhatus are added with ting pratyayas to form verbs, ting are set of 18 pratyayas which are added to dhatus to form verbs. They can be added in different lakaras and different forms that they have, kriya rupas. So we had tables. Patati patata patanti, patasi patata patata, patami patava patama. Remember lat lakara, then lang lakara, apatat apatatam, apatan, etc. etc. Lot lakara, patatu patatat, patatam patantu. All these things also we studied. From different ganas, how do they take? Gana chinna will be there sometimes will not be there. Where, what happens? Present tense, past tense, future tense, order, request. All these 5 kinds of lakaras also we saw their classification. And kriya rupas also, how finally the verbs are formed. That also we saw. Another important concept of Sanskrit. Then we saw sandhi in detail. How letters are joined together. What rules do they go through? What modifications do they go through? So ach sandhi, swaras are involved. Hal sandhi when consonants are involved. And visarga sandhi separately when visarga is involved. We saw all of them along with sutras and examples. This was one topic which we saw with Paniniya Sutras. I hope you remember. Ach Sandhi Sutras, Akassavarne Dirghaha, Iko Yanachi, Echo Yavayavaha, then Guna Sandhi, then Vriddhi Sandhi, Ad Gunaha, Vriddhi Rechi, Eng of Padanta Dati, etc. etc. And then we saw Hal Sandhi also, Visarga Sandhi also, everything we saw. Another important topic of Sandhi. Then we saw Kridanta. Kridanta is when roots are added with Krit Pratyayas to make incomplete verbs. Tvanta, Lyabanta, Tumunnanta. They form avyayas. And then Shatrishana, Taktavatu, Tavyataniyar. These all kinds of Kridantas, Pratyayas, and how the words are formed, we saw. Okay, I hope you remember all these things. We had made different tables also at the end of it to summarize all this. Then next topic was Tadditanta, secondary derivatives. Pratipadika from another Pratipadika. Primary derivatives Kridanta, Tadditanta, secondary derivatives. This we saw very short. We didn't see all kinds of Tadditas. We saw very short, whatever is necessary. From Dasharatha, Dasharathi, those kind of all kinds of Taddita we saw. Last topic main we saw was Samaasa compound. 4 types: Avyayi Bhava, Tatpurusha, Dvandva and Bahuvri. And then in between we also saw some subtopics. Anattva Vidhana, how Na becomes Na, Vamsha Vriksha, what are the family tree, and different relatives are called in Sanskrit. Upasarga, how upasargas are added. Pradi, 22 upasargas are there. Prayoga, voices. Kartari Prayoga, active voice. Karmani Prayoga, passive voice. Bhave Prayoga, which is only in Sanskrit. Nijanta, we saw Nijanta is desideratives, where not desideratives. Nijanta means when you are making somebody else do. Nich, not desideratives. Where karoti, karayati, that is Nijanta Prayoga. Right? Padacheda Anvaya method also we saw, how to divide according to Sandhi and do prose order. Make the verse into a sentence. Sankhya Shabda also we saw, how numbers are there, numerals are there in different linga, vachana, etc. That also we saw. Chandas Vritta meters, different meters. Long topic we took. Right? Chandas Vritta. Such subtopics also we have seen. Actually, in this one slide, all the important concepts of Sanskrit that are necessary for study of Shastra are covered, and all of them we have seen. Okay, I hope you remember. Once we study, it will not become, you have to keep on revising your notes, going through the notes again and again, and use it in the language, then it will become clear. All these things we have studied. There are many other topics of Sanskrit which I have not taken because they are not required for Shastra study. For example, one big topic that I have not taken, which I had told you I will not be taking, is Alankara Shastra, ornamentation of poetry, etc. So these different kinds of, different kinds of figures of speech. In English it is called as figure of speech. Where the poetry's beauty is coming out. That is mainly required for Kavya, etc. For Shastra study, when you are studying Vedanta or when you are studying Nyaya, etc., those things don't come. So that Alankara I have not taught. I have not taught you, different kinds of dramas or poetry. Why? Because it doesn't concern with the topic of Sanskrit for Shastra study. Okay, but whatever grammar part will be required, we have covered. Even in the drama and poetry, grammar part will remain same. So using this, you can understand that. To understand the beauty of that literature, you have to learn from that expert. That I agree. But grammar part, we have covered. Okay. If you study this much Sanskrit, it is more than enough for study of any Shastra. Okay. If you study this all steps properly. Now only starting. These videos are there with you. They are available on YouTube. So you can go back and listen again. Videos are there, PPTs are shared with you. That link you already have. You can go back to the PPTs. You have your own notes. The most important valuable asset is your own notes, because that's what tells what you have understood. That is more important than all the PPTs that I have shared. PPTs are for reference. Main important thing is your notes. The different tables that you have made, that is more important. So please keep going through and you will get more and more understanding. Okay. Now we will just see example of how to use all this knowledge together to understand the Shastra now. Okay. So today we will see a couple of verses, and in the next session we will see few verses and then we will conclude. Okay. So example from Shastras, we are going to take of course our favorite Shastra, and that is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. First verse. Dharmakshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha mamakav pandavaschaiva kimakurvata sanjaya. Now each word we are going to take and analyze. Now I am not going to go in this order, I am going in the order of Anvaya. We had already done Anvaya. Anvaya is prose order. Okay, so as we complete, you will also get the Anvaya. But let us see now how each word is analyzed. See, Sanjaya. Samyak jayati iti Sanjayah. Samyak jayati iti Sanjayah. It is Upapada Samaasa. So Sanjaya becomes the Pratipadika. What is used here? Akaranta Pullinga Pratipadika. Sambodhana Ekavachana. Sambodhana Prathama Ekavachana. Hey Sanjaya. So this is the address. Akaranta Pullinga Sambodhana Prathama Ekavachan, and Upapada Samasa is where you have used Samyak Jayati iti Sanjaya. Hey Sanjaya. Dharmakshetre. Dharmasya kshetram. Dharmakshetram. Shashti Tatpurush Samasa. Just now we have studied. Dharmasya kshetram. The kshetra, the area which is where dharma is dominant. The area of dharma, that is called as dharma kshetra. Tasmin dharma kshetre. So akaranta pullinga saptami ekvachan. Dharma kshetra, akaranta napumsakalinga, it should be saptami ekvachan. Dharma kshetram, dharma kshetre. Dharma kshetre, kurukshetre. Again, kurunam kshetram, kurukshetram. The area of kurus. Shashti Tatpurush Samasa again, kurunam, plural. Kuru was a Vamsha, no? King was there, Kuru. And in his Vamsha, whoever came. Tasmin, again, Akaranta Napumsakalinga, Saptami Ekvachan. Pullinga Napumsakalinga, Kshetraha, Dharma Kshetram. Kshetram, Napumsakalinga is better. Napumsakalinga, Saptami Ekvachan. Samavetaha. How do you understand the word Samavetaha? Sam, one Upasarga. Ava, another Upasarga. In Dhatu. Samyak avetaha, samyak ava itaha. What is this itaha? Kta pratyaya is added to convert this dhatu into noun, which is kridanta pratyaya, kta pratyaya. Kta ktavatu pratyaya, remember? So sam ava in. What does it mean? In means to come or go. Ava and sam, when these two upasargas are added, the total meaning that comes is those who have come well. Means all those who have gathered. Samavetaha. All those who have gathered. Akaranta Pullinga Prathama Bahuvachan. Samavetaha. Samavetaha. Yuyutsavaha. Yud dhatu san pratyaya. This is desiderative. Desirous of fight. Fight. Yud dhatu means fight. San pratyaya is added, and then further also something is added. Sannanta we have seen. Desiderative. Yuyutsavaha, those who are desirous of fighting. Like mumukshavaha. Remember the word mumukshavaha? Those who are desirous of liberation. Same way, yuyutsavaha, those who are desirous of fighting. Akaranta Pullinga Prathama Bahuvachan. Yuyutsavaha. Yuyutsuhu. Yuyutsavaha. Guruhu. Guravaha. Plural. Yuyutsavaha. Mamakaha. Mamakaha means Asmat Sarvanama, Anapratyaya is added. Tadditanta it is. Already it is noun. Another noun is made out of Asmat. Asmat means I. Mama. Mamakaha means mine. Mine. Mamakaha. Pandavaha cha. Pandavaha. Pandu iyam. So Pandu plus anapratyaya. Same. Akaranta pullinga pratama bahuvachan. Tadditanta. Mamakaha Pandavaha cha eva. Kim. Cha and eva are obvious. Cha is in the meaning of and. Eva also. Kim. Sarvanama napumsakalinga dvitiya vachana. What? Akurvata. You can't see that akurvata. Akurvata. Akurvata, it's a verb. Kri dhatu, which is in 8th conjugation. Ashtamagana ubhay pada. Now we are using it in Atmane pada. Lang lakara, past tense. Prathama purusha ekvachana. Third person singular. Kri dhatu's past tense, third person singular. Bahuvachan, not ekvachan, sorry. Bahuvachana. Mistake. Okay. What did they do? Like Arjuna's son. No? Abhimanyu. I know how to get into the field. I don't know how to come out of it. Right. So that was the first verse. Let us see once that first verse. Dharma kshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsavaha mamakaha pandavaha cha eva kim akurvata Sanjaya. What did Sanjaya? Hey Sanjaya. Yudhishthira vachano. Yudhishthira is asking Sanjaya. Hey Sanjaya. Dharma kshetre kurukshetre. In that Dharma kshetra, which is Kurukshetra, in that war, battlefield, samavetaha, those who have gathered, yuyutsavaha, with the desirous of battle, mamakaha, my children, pandavaha, Pandu's children, kim akurvata, what did they do? You see, you can understand the entire verse. Same way now, second verse. Drishtva tu pandavanikam vyudham duryodhanastada acharyamupasangamya raja vachanam abravit. Now second verse, Sanjay is answering now. What? Drishtva. So now let us see the tada, that time when I am starting the story, no, tada, at that time, Raja. This is the karta of the sentence, Raja. Rajan Shabda Nakaranta Pullinga Pratama Ekvachan becomes Raja. It is simple Subanta. Duryodhanaha, Raja Duryodhanaha. For you to understand, this much is sufficient that Duryodhana is Pratama Ekvachan. Akaranta Pullinga Pratama Ekvachan, sufficient. But suppose you want to know Duryodhana, how the word is formed, Dur plus Yudha Dhatu, Yuch Pratyay. This is Kridanta, not required for you. Don't worry. The word is important is Duryodhanaha, Akaranta Pullinga Pratama Vachan. Raja Duryodhanaha tada vyudham visheshena vahanam vahadhatu means to carry. Visheshena vahanam means to carry well. Kta pratyay is added, kridanta kta pratyay is added to form vyudham. Vyudham means battle formation. Formation basically, not battle. Vyudha can means any formation, but here we are referring to battle formation. Akaranta Pullinga Dvitiya Bahuvachan. We have Dvitiya Ekvachan. What? I don't know what I have done here. Dvitiya Ekvachan. Pandavanikam Vyudham. Pandavanikam Pandavanam Anikam. Shashti Tatpurush Samaasa. Anikam. Anikam means army. Pandavanam of Pandavas. Of Pandava, army of Pandavas, Vyudham. The battle array of the army of Pandavas. Akaranta Pullinga Dvitiya Ekvachan again. Drishtva. Drish dhatu tva pratyay. This we have seen. Kridanta pratyay tva. Drishtva. Having seen. Having seen the battle formation of Pandava army. Tada, at that time, Raja Duryodhana, King Duryodhana, Acharyam, A plus Charanyat, forget about this, Acharya, Acharyam, Dvitiya Ekvachan. Akaranta Pullinga Dvitiya Ekvachan. Acharya, Acharyam. Acharyam Upasangamya. Upa plus sam plus Gamadhatu. Gamadhatu means to go. Upa means near. Samyak means well. Going near plus lyap, upasangamya. Again kridantak. Twa, same meaning is lyap. The difference is in twa pratyay is added when there is no upasarga. Lyap is added when there are upasargas. So there are upasargas, therefore lyap is added. Drishtva, having seen the Pandava army arranged in a formation and having gone near Acharya, Dronacharya, Raja, Vachanam Abravit. Vachanam, words. Vachanam literally is vach dhatu lut pratyaya akaranta napumsakalinga dvitiya vachan ekvachan. Akaranta napumsakalinga vachanam dvitiya ekvachan. Abravit, he spoke. Bru dhatu, I will tell you abravit what is there. Bru dhatu, bru dhatu, lang lakara, prathama purusha ekvachana. Past tense, third person, singular. Why? Because Duryodhana, singular karta. So again here you can see here what is the main. Now here let us understand a little bit further also. Raja Duryodhana Vachanam Abravit. This is the actual sentence. Okay, where Duryodhana is the subject, Vachanam is the object, Abravit is the verb. Raja Duryodhana, this is adjective to subject. Raja Duryodhana Vachanam Abravit. King Duryodhana spoke these words. But before he spoke these words, there are two apurna kriyas. Actually three, but two mainly. What is that? First one is drishtva. This is incomplete verb. Incomplete verb. Having seen. What did he see? Pandavanikam vyudham drishtva. Now this becomes object and this becomes adjective for object for this incomplete verb. Raja Duryodhana Pandavanikam vyudham drishtva. Each verb will have its own object. Subject is same. For same subject only all these things are happening. Subject is same. This becomes object for this verb. Drishtva. But there is one more apurna kriya, that is upasangamya. Upasangamya. This is another incomplete verb which will have its own object, and that is acharyam. This becomes object for this incomplete verb. So Raja Duryodhana, King Duryodhana, Pandavanikam vyudham drishtva, having seen the battle formation of Pandava army, Acharyam upasangamya, having gone near the teacher, Vachanam abravit, spoke words. These words. Said this. He said this. Are you understanding how the entire thing is now coming together? So there is a subject, there is a main object for main verb, but then there are incomplete verbs which will have their own objects and adjectives, etc. also to those objects. Okay, so Raja Duryodhana Pandavanikam vyudham drishtva Acharyam upasangamya Vachanam abravit. When tada, that tada can come first. Tada, at that time, Raja Duryodhana Pandavanikam vyudam drishtva Acharyam upasangamya Vachanam abravit. Is this clear? So this is the way you can understand any verse now. You have to do the analysis. Now you have studied enough to do the analysis. Go further and you will be able to get it. Actually, this much of detailed analysis is not even required for meaning. Most of us, by our instinct, we will get the meaning. Because that also, see, 94 sessions, we have seen 94 shlokas also in the beginning. You don't know, but that also has not just for teaching shlokas, but method of understanding shlokas we have understood. So even without all this understanding also, you will be able to get now the meaning. Okay. So in the next session, what we will do is some more verses from Bhagavad Gita, but not now going in sequence, but taking different verses from different places. Just random verses, I may take, or some important verses I may take, so that you understand how the verses are to be understood. That's what we will do in the next session. All right. Please keep your books with you. Gita books, Bhagavad Gita books, if you have, keep them with you. So that will be our next class. Okay. Don't get emotional that our class is getting over. Okay. After that, so this Wednesday, next Wednesday will be our last session. After that, I will just meet all of you. Okay. Where you all also can talk. I have been talking for 95 classes, you see, too much. So you all can also join. Please join in Zoom, not on YouTube. Okay. Get the link to join in Zoom. If you are not registered, register, so that you will be added in the group, and join in Zoom, so that the last session we will have only for just interaction. I also want to know how some of you felt, and if you wish to speak, please message me. Okay, in coming week or in the next week also, that I also would like to speak. So then I will keep that much time for all of you. All right. So let us conclude. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om.